So welcome back guys to the 6th installment of what's coming to Ark Survival Evolved next year. This is something that I do every single year to give you guys a kind of understanding of what to expect with Ark Survival Evolved within the next year, and this video being 2022. I'm really excited to make this one because there's actually so much to look forward to, and the way this video works is we start with January all the way down to December, talking about what we know is coming and some things that we could expect. Obviously, you know, I really was excited about this one as it is going to be so big. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video and get all the news you need to know about Ark in 2022, let's try and break a crazy like target on today's video. Let's try and go for over 3,000 likes. That's a lot to ask for, but it would mean so much to me. And make sure to be subscribed if you don't want to miss out on all of your content coming in 2022 for Ark Survival Evolved. So let's get in with the video. I hope it helps you out, and we're going to be starting with January. So January is a very quiet month usually for Ark Survival Evolved. You know, especially as we've just seen the release of the Lost Island on the 14th of December as well, I can't really see Wildcard releasing much to us. At the start, January the 1st, we tend to see for New Year's Day well, obviously last year was the first one, but we got like a New Year's Eve event where we got like so much new stuff. It was like, well, when I say new stuff, it was really like just like bombarding us with so much stuff, like all over the map, loads of gifts and everything. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that if Wildcard do release it, because it's so fun for all players. Gives you that kind of Ark New Year's Eve experience. So I really hope Wildcard give us that right at the start of January. But apart from that, there probably will just be like Lost Island fixes and stuff. It'll be quite quiet, but I mean, you know, we can still enjoy the new map, and transfer should hopefully open up later on in the year. So moving on to February. Now this month again isn't always the best content month. We've had big ones in the past, but it should be the release of Love Evolved 3. Now that is obviously the Valentine's Day event that Wildcard do every single year. It actually used to just be called Ark Valentine's Day, or the Ark Valentine's event, and then they changed it like 2 years ago to Ark Love Evolved, and I definitely think it was a good rebrand of a name. And then obviously you guys know how those events work. You know, we get all different rates and stuff, and then we get the return of, like, you know, chocolates and all Valentine's Day stuff, and rates always get boosted quite a lot with the Valentine's Day event. And considering this could be the last year of Ark 1, I really believe that they will give us some really awesome official server rates. Now moving into March, again it's usually a little bit quiet in the world of Ark Survival Evolved, but in the past we've seen quality of life updates and TLC updates. Now if you don't actually know what these are, they're like quality of life is just, you know, making the game better, adding in new content. This could actually be big things such as like S Plus mod, which is like Structures Plus. We've seen that in the past where we get new building stuff, that, you know, you're changing the way building works, and then TLCs is like Tender Love and Care, where dinosaurs in Ark Survival Evolved get like new abilities, they look better, they look more updated, and Wildcards did say last year that they were expecting to still do quite a few TLCs. They did one obviously with the Stego and the Mammoth, so hopefully we'll see another one, and March is usually around about a time they've done quite a few in the past. So moving into April, Excellent Adventure number 7. Now, it is just crazy to say number 7, because one of the top comments on my last video in 2021 was, can you believe we've had Ark 1 for 6 years? And someone says laughs in Skyrim and GTA 5. And I agree with you. I know those games have been going on for so long, but when I actually say Excellent Adventure number 7, you've got to think 7 years of a game is such a long time. And, you know, talking about being a game that is still right at the top, one of the most played games, you really have to give credit to Wildcard in that sense of things for keeping the game alive, keeping it fresh and keeping it fun for us, and I really do say thank you for them for that. So Excellent Adventure is the Easter event, again works pretty similar to all the other ones like Love Evolved. We get boosted rates on official servers, some returning obviously like creatures come around sometimes, and it's just really nice. I always love this event. It's never my favorite one. You guys will hear about what's my favorite one, and I know a lot of the devs have their similar favorite ones to me as well, but again that'll be pretty much that. Now, one thing I did want to mention is in 2021, April 2021, Jeremy, who's the co-founder of Ark Survival Evolved, actually announced that they had pretty much finished Play as Dino, and you know, we were all sort of thinking it could be Play as Dino that was going to be coming to Genesis Part 2, but ever since then, while recording this video, we've not seen any more news on Play as Dino. I'll obviously put the tweet on the screen for you guys to see that, just because obviously I know you guys guys want to have a little bit of information on it. But it's pretty crazy how we haven't heard on it anything. So it'd be nice if in a year's time from then, all of a sudden out of nowhere, Jeremy like just comes back to Twitter. He's never on Twitter much and just says, yep, we're getting a player's dino this month. But I mean, I don't know, it could always be saved for the next game. But obviously, as soon as I find out any information on that, I'll bring that to you guys. Now again, coming to May will most likely be a quiet month. It's just the way Ark works. I mean, last month in May we did get Genesis Part 2, but that wasn't what was planned at the beginning. It was actually planned for an earlier date in March. But obviously, I don't know. I just think it will be a quiet one this year, considering the next month of what's going to be coming out. So I mean, Wildcard, they release bug fixes, exploit fixes as usual. On the quiet months like that, that's mainly what you'll see, small patches, nothing too special and things like that. So moving on to June. Now, this is where things get very, very exciting in the world of Ark Survival Evolved. The first start of the year is always a little bit more quiet, and that's just how it's been year after year. But in June, it is going to be the release of the Viking map free DLC, the Ark Survival. I know I never can pronounce it very well, but it is going to be coming as a free DLC. It looks absolutely fantastic, guys. You can see all the videos on it on YouTube, and another 3 new creatures. Obviously, we've just seen the Dinopithecus, the Amargasaurus, and the Sinomacrops. So far, we've had the Androsarchus, which is the dino confirmed coming with this map. Then we have just had the voting closed on Monday for the Ark community dino. So that will mean like where we can vote for what we want to come to the game. The top 10 list will be coming out very soon, which I'll be making loads of videos on. So if you're really keen on getting your vote out there for what dino you want to see come to this map in June, then I will be making so many videos for you guys on that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we could see there. You've got awesome ones like Sky Gigas, like giant, I think it was called the Titanoceratops, like big trikes to be like a Giga Defender, and yeah, there's some crazy ones to look forward to. So we'll have a free new map, if there's no delays, in June 2022. So coming across to July, again, it's another month of not crazy amounts, but we should get Summer Bash 2022. This again is an event where Wildcard give us some cool stuff and give us updated rates for summer. Usually lasts around about 2 weeks of July. And actually last year was the first year we got a inflatable costume or different costume. We went on to have so many different costumes. Obviously we had the Santa one, which is live right now with Winter Wonderland 6, and then Summer Bash, you never know, we'll see some more new costumes and stuff, but mainly things are going to be heating up towards what you guys have known, which is in 2022 the next game of Ark Survival Evolved. So we're going to be getting on talking about that very, very shortly. So in August, again, another month. I know lots of it sounds that I'm being like this, it's a quiet month, but within a game, you can't expect huge content releases within every single month. Especially with the different drops that Wildcard do, they bring like a whole new map to explore and bunch of new creatures. That's something that they can't do every month. It just doesn't work in their time scale, especially as they are working on the second game. So a quiet month, small patches is pretty much what's expected for August. So similar type of thing coming to September, but one thing I wanted to put in there as not a confirmed thing, which always has a possibility, is if you guys may remember, in the past, Ark have done like a Chronicles type thing when building up to a DLC. They did Genesis Chronicles, they did Genesis Part 2 Chronicles, they did Extinction Chronicles, and they gave us little teasers moving on to the next DLC for the game. Now, obviously, we could potentially be seeing some form of Ark 2 Chronicles. Now, that really depends on what the release date for Ark 2 is, but September is the sort of time they usually have started these type of Chronicle things when there's something to look forward to at the end of the year. They won't do this for free DLCs like they didn't for Lost Island, but for paid content is something that Wildcard have done every single year, so potentially expect some form of Ark 2 Chronicles starting around about this time. So, moving on to October, Fear Evolved number 6. Now, you may be thinking, how is it Excellent Adventure number 7, but Fear Evolved number 6? So, Fear Evolved in October is Ark's Halloween event. This, again, is definitely my favourite, if not second favourite, to the Christmas event in Ark Survival Evolved. This is number 6 because in the past few years, there's been times where Wildcard have had to delay a event due to, like, you know, it just not having time. And over the years, the team has changed quite a lot at Wildcard, and, you know, there's different teams working on different content now, and they sort of, coming from my personal opinion, if there's anyone from Wildcard watching this, I think you sorted the team out a lot better, and now I think it's in such a great state. And if you've heard interviews from the devs, they talk about how many different teams they've got working on things, and, you know, just more things that you could even expect. So far, we've had, like, you know, some cool events. We've had, you know, the potential talk of Players Dino. We've had a brand new free DLC coming in June. But this is where it gets very, very exciting. So, Extra Life 2022. You may have seen it in this. I did a stream of it as well, Extra Life 2021, where we find out massive content for Ark and we raise money for a awesome charity. Last year, I raised, the year just gone, I've raised $850 out of I only set a $500 target, and it goes to charity for children in need, which I just think is fantastic. So hopefully we can maybe smash 1,000 for this event this year. And I'm expecting huge stuff. I'm expecting Ark 2 release or release date, and I'm expecting the Ark animated series release. Now, there's always a chance that when you're watching this part of the video, the animated series could actually still come earlier in the year. We could be seeing the animated series summertime. We could even be seeing it early 2022, because that's the only release date we've been given right now for Ark 2 and the animated series is 2022. So I'll be explaining my reasoning about Ark 2 later on into the video, but the animated series could come anytime throughout the year. But just to stay safe, I thought I'd talk about Extra Life, as, you know, that's where they do their big reveals and everything. So, yeah. Anyway, December, the final month of this video, I have gone for Ark 2 release and Winter Wonderland 7. Now, the reason why I've said that is, it's such a 50-50 here, is there's always a chance that in December, like they've done with Lost Island, they have released us big DLCs and paid ones, free ones in December. We've been told that we could be seeing Ark 2 in 2022, right? And they haven't said anything to us to change that at the moment. They haven't said anything different to that. They have just told us 2022. So as we don't know if there's any other free maps coming, we don't know what else is on the horizon for the game apart from Ark 2, I think there's a huge chance we could be seeing the brand new release of the game in December. If not, there is a Game Awards, as you guys may have seen, that's just been finished, and we may already get the release date in November, and it might be for 2023. I don't really know. But from what the information we can go off right now is that Ark 2 is planned for 2022, and there is a big chance we could see it in December. So let's go over what we've just talked about so far. January, very quiet month, but sometimes see a New Year's Eve event, a New Year's Day event. February, Love Evolved 3, the Valentine's Day event. March, potentially Quality of Life and TLC updates. April, Excellent Adventure number 7, and potentially maybe something on Players Dino, just because that's when it was last announced by Jeremy that it was basically finished. May, most likely a quiet month with bug fixes and exploits. June, the release of the free Viking DLC with another 3 new creatures, completely free for you guys to download. July, Summer Bash 2022. August are usually a quiet patch with small like different patches. A quiet month, sorry, with small patches. September, potentially some sort of Chronicle type thing if Wildcard want to give it to us, depending on it. That will only happen if Ark 2 is planned in the next few months after that. Because by the way, there's usually like 4 or 5 Ark Chronicles, and that's every month they release that. So hopefully we might see one, and then Ark 2 could be released in the next few months. October, Fear Evolved 6. November, Extra Life 2022. Animated series, Ark 2 release date, or something like that. And then December, that's when I've put my Ark 2 release, as that's what I could currently see it being right now. And if it is, then Winter Wonderland may return, but if Ark 2 does come out, then Winter Wonderland will revert back to number 1 as it's a brand new game. Anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it this year. I love going through this, creating this video and editing in it. It's always so exciting for a year. So I hope you get some great support from you guys. And pretty much, you know, we get all this and more, as always happens in Ark Survival Evolved in 2022. Have a fantastic Christmas, everyone. I know, you know, some people, like, I know there's still some problems with the whole thing going on in the world at the moment, but I hope you can have the best day you possibly can. Have a great new year. I'll still be making videos up until the new year anyway, but I know sometimes there's more people that come and watch this video to, you know, just to see what to expect for next year. So thank you for watching. Enjoy, guys. Smash that like target. Let's go for over 3,000 likes. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.